Hi, this is Mr. Cardoso, and in this video we are going to take up question number 12b on page 510. So first thing we're going to do is bring the 6 over, and we're left with 0 on the other side. Then I can notice the 5 to the x. If I let 5 to the x excuse me, equal to, say, a, so then I get 8 times a squared, because if I substitute 5 to the x in here, since it's 2x, I'm going to get 5 to the x to the power of 2, I'm going to get 5 to the 2x, which is right here, plus 8a minus 6 equals 0. Now I just need to factor this out, and notice that I can take out a 2 here, so 2a squared, 2 times 4a squared plus 4a minus 3 equals 0. Now I can just get rid of the 2, because if I divide both sides by 2, if I divide 0 by 2, it just goes away. So I just need to factor this here. And the sum is 4, and the product is 4 times negative 3, which is negative 12. And so the two numbers are 6 and 2. And since the sum is positive, it's got to be negative 2. So 6 times negative 2 gives me negative 12. 6 minus 2 gives me 4. So I decompose the middle term. We all remember how to factor, right? 4a squared, then plus 6a minus 2a minus 3 equals 0. Now I factor by grouping. So I factor the first 2. I take out a 2a, and I'm left with 2a. 2a times 2a gives me 4a squared plus 3. So 2a times 3 gives me 6a. Now here I can't take out anything in these two, so I just take out a minus 1, and I'm left with 2a plus 3. Again, these two should be the same. If not, you've done your factoring incorrect. So then I'm left with 2a minus 1, and I can factor out 2a plus 3 because they're common. So 2a plus 3 comes out, and I'm left with 2a minus 1 equals 0. So now in these two solutions, I've got 2a equals 1. If I said this has to be equal to 0, or this has to be equal to 0, and so a equals 1 over 2. Or, solving this one in a similar fashion, a equals negative 3 over 2. Okay, now remember that the substitution in the beginning, we can substitute back in. If we substitute back in, we can say 5 to the x equals 1/2, or 5 to the x equals negative 3 over 2. Now right away, with this part here, since 5 to the x looks something like this, it's an exponential function. This is 5 to the x. So the range is greater than 0. So there's no number, there's no value that you can plug in for x here that can give you a negative value. There's nothing down here. This is all crossed out. So there's no value you can plug in for x that will give you a negative value. So negative 3 over 2, which is down here, negative 3 over 2, is impossible to get on this graph. So that's why this yields no solutions. So now we just need to solve this one. So again, we take the log of both sides. So x log 5 equals log 1/2. And so x equals log of 1/2 divided by log of 5. And this should yield the only solution. Hope you enjoyed that lesson.